know what a man knows, he knows. Like, it just...
Oh, yeah, but you still got to take steps, especially when you 43 years old and when you've been married before and that seem fresh and you got children. Got to make sure that you don't just make any rash. My divorce. I'm still trying to shake off still, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reminded in terms of having 4 children by her every day.
You still stuck?
No, I'm not stuck. I'm not even thinking about my...
You think about it every day. That's stuck, bruh.
It's more of...
I keep suggesting you going to therapy and like working with various people so you can get through that.
Oh, there's counseling.
Because that's why you still stuck, bruh.
No.
Bro, let me break this down for you, because what just happened with Martell Holt is one of the most confusing and messy situations we've seen in a long time. And if you know anything about Martell, you know drama follows him like a shadow. Chaos is practically his brand, but even for him, this latest move was shocking. Picture the scene. Martell is supposedly out at a furniture store, maybe looking around for an investment property. Nothing mild, nothing big, just a casual outing. But instead of walking away with a couch or a lamp, he ends up leaving barefoot, emotionally exposed, no filter, no smooth cover-up. Right there between coffee tables and ottomans, he poured his heart out in a way that felt raw and messy. And here's where it gets even crazier. He wasn't alone. Destiny Payton was standing right next to him. And if you know Destiny, then you already know she does not play. She's sharp, she's direct, and she catches everything. For her, this wasn't some random errand. She clocked the situation instantly. As they were talking, Martell casually mentions that he's looking at engagement rings for Ariana Curry. But Destiny, being Destiny, didn't let that slide. She pressed him with the question that was on all our minds. How are you out shopping for rings when you just got divorced? The whole audience was yelling at the screen. Martell, how does that even make sense? Instead of giving an answer, Martell froze. He lowered his head, avoided eye contact, and it was like you could literally see the war going on inside him. His body might be with Ariane, but his emotions are still parked outside Melody's house every single night. And when he tried to hold it all in, the truth started leaking out like a broken faucet. Destiny tried to study the moment, almost like she was playing emotional plumber, trying to tighten bolts on a pipe that's been rusted for years. But Martell couldn't keep it together. He tried to lean on the usual script. Ariana respects him, she cooks for him, she supports him, she'd make a good wife. The problem? It didn't hit the way he wanted. Not now. Not when, in the same breath, he admits that his divorce still cuts deep, and that every time he sees his kids, he's reminded of Melody. That's not just a sentimental thought. That's a confession that the man hasn't healed. He's standing in the ruins of the marriage he blew up, trying to convince the world that he's moved into a new palace, when in reality, he's still standing in ashes. And the internet? Oh, the internet wasted zero time. On New Year's Eve, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, every platform was lit up. Martell was dragged back and forth all over the timeline. One person tweeted, "You don't miss Melody, you miss the peace she gave you." Another wrote, "Area known is just renting space in your life. Melody was the real homeowner." That one stung. Fans were ruthless, saying Martell was putting a bandage over a wound that's still bleeding. Meanwhile, Melody, she didn't even have to say much. She just posted a rooftop photo looking absolutely unbothered, glowing with that peace that only comes from leveling up. Her caption read, "Healing never looked so good, sis." No names, no subs, just vibes. The glow on her face said everything. Martell, on the other hand, went silent. A couple of sad selfies with no captions. That silence screamed louder than words, "I messed up." But behind the scenes, it was even messier. Word started spreading that Martell had been telling people on the production team he never thought Melody would actually leave for good. In his mind, she was always supposed to be waiting, ready to forgive him. But when she packed her bags and walked away for real, the reality hit harder than he ever expected. And while Melody's been thriving, skincare deals, speaking engagements, brand partnerships, Martell has been scrambling. He's juggling reality TV checks and a few brand deals just to keep things going. He's surviving, not thriving, and the difference is obvious. To make things worse, Ariane didn't even know the full extent of his breakdown until she watched it on TV with the rest of us. Imagine being at home, thinking your man is serious about your future, only to see him on national television confessing he's still emotionally tied to his ex-wife. Reports say Ariane exploded, crying, yelling, threatening to leave. But let's be honest, we've seen this cycle before. She threatens to walk, Martell talks her back, and the whole loop repeats. Except this time, it cut deeper. Private drama is one thing, but public humiliation, that's another level. Fans didn't hold back either. They dragged Ariane online, calling her the placeholder, the rebound, the side chick who became the main chick but still lives in Melody's shadow. One comment read, "Sis out here posting wife vibes while dude's crying over his ex. Tragic." Another added, "Martell's still living in Melody's shadow, and Ariane's just holding the flashlight." Brutal. Martell didn't help himself either. After the episode aired, he stayed silent. No defense, no explanation, not even a half-hearted excuse. Just more polished Instagram pictures where he looks fine on the surface, but his eyes tell another story. Even his loyal fans started to turn on him, accusing him of being selfish, lost, and emotionally stuck. And then you had Melody's supporters, loud, proud, and vindicated. For years, they'd been saying Martell didn't respect her, didn't value her, and would only realize her worth when it was too late. Now, here he was, admitting years after the divorce that he still had feelings for her, standing in front of his friend, looking like a lost child who just realized he let the best thing in his life slip away. People even noticed that Martell's been showing up to events alone. Fundraisers, speaking gigs, red carpets. No Ariane in sight. He shows up, smiles for the cameras, poses, then disappears. But behind the cameras, people close to him say his whole energy shifts. The charm drops, the mask slips, and he's just a man stuck in his thoughts, trapped in a cycle he can't escape. Here's the wildest part. Rumors say Martell even tried to reach out to Melody again. Not directly, not a bold call or text. He went through a mutual friend, saying he just wanted to talk, but Melody wasn't having it. She's made her boundaries clear. She's not interested in recycled energy, not after all the lies, the cheating, the public humiliation. Just because Martell finally realizes what he lost doesn't mean Melody's opening the door. When Martell tries to defend his relationship with Ariane by saying she checks all the boxes, she supports him, she believes in him, it only makes things worse. Because the truth is, Melody didn't just support him, she challenged him. She made him work for love. She didn't hand it over easily. And that's the difference. With Ariane, everything feels too easy, too surface level. Like he traded a 5-course meal for fast food. Quick, simple, but never fulfilling. And people won't let him forget it. Every time he posts, the comments flood in. You made a queen mistake. She glows more after leaving you. You're not building a new life. You're just playing house. Ouch. Behind the scenes, insiders say Martell is struggling more than he admits. Brand deals are slowing down, TV checks don't stretch as far as they used to, and event invites are shrinking. People don't want messy, they want redemption, and Martell hasn't shown growth, only confusion. Meanwhile, Melody is shining. She's thriving as a strong role model, proving you can walk away from toxic love and still rise higher. Now, don't get it twisted. People agree that Martell loves his kids. That's the one area where his heart feels genuine. But even that comes with pain. Every school pickup, every FaceTime, every weekend together. It all reminds him of the family he destroyed. It's like the universe keeps replaying his mistakes on a loop. And the hardest part for Martell? Melody moved on gracefully. She didn't drag him, didn't air him out online, she just leveled up in silence. And now, every time she trends, every time she posts a radiant picture, it's a reminder she never needed him. He needed her. People close to Martell say he's stuck reading old messages, replaying old arguments, asking himself, what if, over and over. That's not love. That's regret with a megaphone. And regret is the loudest roommate you can ever have when you live alone. So here's the question that hangs over everything. Will Martell keep trying to build a future out of broken pieces from the past? Or will he finally face reality and do the work to grow? Because you can buy new furniture, new rings, even a new house, but none of it feels like home when you're still haunted by the ghost of the one who got away. And Martell, even though deep down he knows he's not really sleeping at night, he's still out here shopping for comfort. Martell's story is a lesson about choices, consequences, and the weight of regret. No matter how many new beginnings he tries to create, the past still shadows him. What do you think? Will he finally heal or keep repeating old patterns? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe.